We started our Citizen Police Academy program around February of 2015. I got with Sergeant Cassie Brandon, and she had actually wrote a paper on this in a class that she was attending in Little Rock at the time. We put together a curriculum and kicked the first session off, and since this time we have graduated over 300 people through the program.
I first heard about the Citizens Police Academy because we already had Chief Elliott coming on KLEK, as he does each and every month, talking about the things that are going on in the community. And he was telling me about when himself and at the time Sergeant Brandon was coming up with the program as a good way to educate the community about what police work doing. And I got to think, I said, well, you know, that's something I've been kind of curious about myself, so I think I'll sign up for that. So it just sort of went from there.
You know, in the beginning, I don't think it was so much about police work. It was just, I thought it was just going to be something really fun for my mom and my sister and I to do. But once I started going to the classes, I just fell in love with everything policing.
I was working at the Convocation Center at the time. He came up and he said, this would be something good for you to take. Well, I got home that night from ASU and went on the internet and everything and filled out my little application and gave it to him the next night out there. And next thing I know, I was getting a call. I was accepted. I said, whoa, okay.
I was made aware of Citizens Police Academy through my relatives that had gone through and highly recommended it and personally invited me to come participate.
I saw a number of different friends on social media posting about their experiences, and so after seeing that, I was kind of interested to see what it was all about.
We actually had our wedding anniversary on one of the Thursday nights that he was coming here, and he really didn't want to miss, so he said, I asked Lyle if he could go with me, and it was CSI night. Well, being an intensive care nurse, CSI was like, hey, that'd be pretty neat. So we went to dinner and I came to CPA class with him. That's how we celebrated our anniversary. And it was so interesting. And I told him, I said later on, I said, you know, I think I would like to do that the next session. And I wish I would have done it sooner, because being in the field that I'm in, it would have helped a little bit more with what we deal with.
From the feedback that we get in the class, it has done exactly as it's designed to do. And the true success stories were seen on this first class when the first night when people come and we ask them, when we're doing the introductions, we're asking their name and why are you here and what do you hope to get out of the class. We had a couple of individuals that, you know, said they don't like the police department, they don't trust the police department, and they want to see what we do day in and day out. I said, this is a perfect candidate for the class. And about midway through the program, these two individuals became my biggest advocates today.
I was just really very surprised and excited to see the group of people that we had from all walks of life. We had a nurse, we had a teacher, we had police officers' wives. So we had a really diverse group of people that were in the class, and that was really exciting to me.
Besides learning the different functions and knowing what these special human beings go through every day, I have valued getting acquainted with some of the officers and the staff, and that will always be with me.
If you go through the class, I think you're going to see the traffic stops, you're going to see, you know, a situation where they have to think in split seconds to do something. They have to go to court some days, even if they work night shift. It's a lot of stuff they have to deal with that you don't see as just a regular person.
I was looking for a greater understanding of the police department. I came away with a much fuller appreciation of what JPD does to keep us safe.
I think it's good for everybody to go through it because citizens don't really understand what the police department is unless they take this class, and it's an eye-opener. It really is.
The program always evolves around the students and their feedback. We ask them to evaluate each instructor in each segment of the class that they go through. We just kind of adjust it according to what these students want out of the program.
Well, my favorite part of CPA was the ride-alongs. And I did 3 ride-alongs. I did first shift, second shift, and third shift because I wanted to to see what it was like on each one of those shifts.
Shoot or no shoot was kind of my favorite because it really shows, you know, you don't have much time to make those decisions. You know, I only had a few seconds to make that decision. I thought I did pretty good on it. I didn't shoot anybody I wasn't supposed to, but you know, I think that was my favorite night.
My favorite class by far was K-9 night. Yeah, everybody that knows me would know I would say that. In fact, every session I go back on K-9 night because it's so much fun.
It was all interesting to me. I liked every night. I didn't really have one that just really kicked butt, but I guess the shooting on the very last day when we got to go out to the firing range and shoot, that was fun. I never shot a shotgun before, but now I know I can.
Anyone who's ever wondered about the law enforcement program in their area or just wants to know more about what our police officers do day to day, or maybe if you're interested in maybe being a police officer one day, CPA is an excellent and free opportunity to look behind the scenes and see what they do, see what it's like.
I just think that it's good for the community. I think it's good for individuals. I think it's good for the police department. But I do think the more people that we get into class and move through the class, it will improve our community and their relationship with the police department day after day.